So your Canoptek Doomstalkers you get for $45 US or £27.50 if you're living in the UK. They're going to be one of your heavy support selections from the Necron Codex. Now just note that they're a monster and not a vehicle, so they're not going to be gaining that core keyword since that balanced data slate. And the model itself is coming in at 130 points. As for the first weapon, it's got a twin Gorse Flayer, 24-inch range, rapid fire 2, strength 4, -1 AP and 1 damage. Not doing a lot with that, taking away a few screens. Now as for the main weapon, that's the Doomsday Blaster. The low powered variant is only 24-inch range, heavy D6, strength 8, -2 AP and the damage is D3. And it's got the blast ability, and if you're using the high powered variant, heavy D6, strength 10, -5 AP and the damage is D6. Again, it's got that blast ability. But to use that high powered variant, you must remain stationary. Now with that Sentinel Construct ability, it's basically a free Overwatch without actually having to use the Overwatch stratagem itself. If a unit within 6 inches of your Doomstalker is a target of a charge, you get to fire with the high powered variant of your Doomsday Blaster as if they were the target of the charge, and again, it's not going to take up your stratagem, it's not going to cost you a command point to fire that Overwatch. Now this isn't going to work to assist Catan Shards if they're getting charged within 6 inches, because they need to have the Dynasty keyword or the Dynastic Agents keyword. The Catan Shards have neither of those. Now this model does have a 4+ invulnerable save with the containment field, and it's gonna need it because it's only got toughness 6 and a 3+ armor save, although it does have 12 wounds. Now it's not gonna have any quantum shielding, so it can be wounded on less than a 4+. And as for the stats of this monster, they do degrade, however the ballistic skill importantly does not degrade. 3 stats that do degrade are not that relevant. It's the movement, the weapon skill and the amount of attacks the model actually has. So it's always going to be hitting on a 4+. Now you're going to be using this within your backlines, particularly if you're using the Mefrit Dynasty to be getting that extra range as well as the extra bit of AP at half range, or alternatively maybe the Nihilak Dynasty with objectives secured, or possibly the Zerakin Dynasty because you get that 1 extra reroll to your wound roll. Alternatively you could go custom and combine some of those that I've just mentioned. You could take Eternal Conquerors for objectives secured, as well as Healthy Paranoia to get that extra 3-inch range to your ranged attacks. Now if you are fielding a Canoptek Doomstalker, you're going to want a Technomancer with a control node to get that +1 to your hit rolls, because naturally they hit on a 4+ because they're Canoptek. So yeah, you'll be hitting on a 3+ with the Technomancers. And also ideally you want 2 or even 3 of these Canoptek Doomstalkers within a sort of triangle or within 6 inches of one another, because as soon as an enemy unit charges one of them, you can fire all 3 of them into that charging unit. You're also going to need to invest in a screen, such as your Canoptek Scarabs, because once this thing does get tagged in engagement range, the Doomsday Blaster is pretty much redundant. You can't fire into combat because it's got that blast ability attached to the weapon, and if you don't fall back, well, you're not going to be able to shoot it whatsoever. But you can't actually fall back and shoot unless you've got the command protocol of Conquering Tyrant, but that is a -1 to your hit rolls. So if they're naturally hitting on a 4+, this will go to a 5+, which isn't really that good, is it? Don't forget the stratagem as well, Revenge of the Doomstalker. When you lose one of your Dynasty characters within your army, you can shoot as if it was your shooting phase with your Doomstalker at the unit that actually removed your character model. Now you can't be in engagement range in order to use a stratagem, and also from that point till the end of the battle you get a +1 to your hit roll against that enemy unit. So overall there are much better anti-tank options within the Necron Codex, such as your Locust Heavy Destroyers as an example. Even your Doomsday Ark I think is much better value for points, because they've also got those Gorse Flare arrays on the sides, as well as that quantum shielding ability too. Hitting on a 4+ with the blast weapon for me makes it unpickable, and even if you do score hits and wounds, it's then a D6 for the damage. So it's really unreliable, so for me, I'm going to be giving it a Planet 40k rating of 2 star.